This verse didn't just encourage me, it saved me. It walked into my room on a night where everything in me was unraveling. It didn't come with thunder or lightning. It came like a whisper in the middle of my breakdown. Because when I felt forgotten, when my prayers hit a wall and heaven felt quiet, I didn't need another cliche. I needed something that breathed, something that held me, something real. If you're in that place right now, where God feels distant, where your soul is weary from the wait, I want you to know, this message is for you. You're not alone. You're not crazy. And you're not being ignored. You're seen deeply. I've been there. I've prayed with everything I had, only to wake up to the same unanswered questions. I fasted. I declared His promises. I tried to stay positive, but nothing moved. Weeks turned into months, and the longer the silence lasted, the more I questioned if my faith had failed. God, did I miss something? Are you still listening? Why is everyone else moving forward while I'm stuck in the same place? And the painful part? I was still smiling in public, still encouraging others, while I was quietly falling apart inside. There came a night when I couldn't fake it anymore. I had nothing left to offer except raw honesty. I didn't have a prayer. I had a breakdown. I sat in silence, tears running down my face, whispering to God the questions I'd been afraid to admit. Why haven't you answered? Why does this hurt so much? Are you still with me? And in that still, raw place, I opened my Bible. No plan, no devotional. I just opened it. A final attempt to feel something, anything. And what met me wasn't just a verse. It felt like a heartbeat. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31. And I wept because I finally understood. I wasn't being punished. I was being prepared. The silence wasn't abandonment. It was intentional. The delay wasn't neglect. It was protection. I wasn't overlooked. I was being rebuilt from the inside out. That moment brought Peter to mind, the passionate disciple, the one who had the courage to step out of the boat when Jesus called. And for a moment, Peter walked on water. But when he shifted his focus from Jesus to the wind and waves, he began to sink. Not because Jesus moved, but because Peter did. He let the storm speak louder than the Savior. I had done the same. I stepped out in faith. I trusted God's plan. But when nothing happened in my timing, when the silence got louder than the promise, I started to lose focus. I looked at the waves. I watched everyone else's breakthroughs, and I let comparison convince me that God had forgotten me. But that verse, that sacred whisper, pulled me back. It reminded me that waiting isn't passive. It's not pointless. It's holy. It's the space where strength is formed, where trust is tested, where faith becomes real. Because worshiping when everything is working is easy, but praising in the silence, trusting with no answers, that's where warriors are born. Here's the truth we don't always want to admit. We often ask God for blessings, but we rarely ask Him to make us ready for them. We want the promise, but not the process. And yet, in His mercy, God says, "Not yet. Let me prepare you first." Because He cares more about who we become than how fast we get there. And that realization, it changed everything. I used to beg God to open doors. Any door. I told Him I was ready. I believed I could handle it. And when nothing happened, I felt betrayed. But now, looking back with new eyes, I see it all differently. Those closed doors, those unanswered prayers, they were mercy in disguise. The job I thought I needed would have wrecked my peace. The relationship I was sure was the one would have broken me. The opportunity I fought for would have fed my pride and buried my purpose. Now I see. God wasn't taking from me. He was protecting me, shielding me from what I didn't yet understand, leading me even when I felt lost. The delay wasn't a detour. It was the straightest path to what I actually needed. And maybe you're in that same space right now, the space between what you believe and what you see, between prayer and promise, between who you were and who you're becoming. If so, let me tell you what I wish someone had told me. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. You are not behind. You are being built. God is doing something in you before He releases something for you. He's strengthening your roots so your branches don't snap under the weight of the fruit. He's cleansing your heart so the blessing won't become your idol. He's making you steady, so when the promise comes, you don't just receive it, you keep it. Because when the door finally opens, and it will, it won't be just another opportunity. It will be the fulfillment, the kind that brings peace, the kind that feels right, the kind that makes you whisper, "Now I understand." The wait was worth it. Until that moment comes, don't stop walking. Even if the steps are slow, even if your voice shakes when you pray, even if your faith feels like it's hanging on by a thread, hold on. God sees every whisper, every tear, every ounce of your effort. He honors it all. He's not looking for perfect people. He's looking for present hearts. Hearts that still show up, still trust, still whisper yes in the middle of silence. So if this message met you in that space, don't scroll past. Say something. Let your faith respond. Drop this in the comments right now. Or, "I'm waiting, but I trust you, Lord." Let that be your declaration today. Let heaven hear it. Let your spirit breathe again. And if this word gave you peace, if it reminded you that your story isn't over, subscribe to Jesus' Elated Faith. Not just to follow a channel, but to join a family that knows how to stand in silence, how to worship in the waiting, and how to trust when nothing makes sense. And please, share this. There's someone you know who's fighting this same silent battle, someone who looks strong on the outside but is unraveling privately. This might be the word they've been waiting for. Because no matter what your timeline says, God hasn't forgotten you. He hasn't abandoned you. He hasn't changed. His mind, even in the silence, He was speaking. Even in the delay, He was preparing. Even in the stillness, He was strengthening. And when you walk through that door, you'll realize it wasn't the breakthrough that changed you. It was the wait.